Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your free daily guide for inner child healing and repairing the relationship with yourself. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful binaural beats meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us today on this journey of healing, self-expansion, and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. As a celebration of recently passing episode 500, I've opened up a free membership tier for our Patreon community. And this is so that you can access additional resources as well as join our weekly Zoom support calls for free. I understand that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that so many people are really struggling. And so my hope with this is to encourage others to take up the serious work of reparenting and to offer a free community where people can do that. I'd also like to thank everyone who's been along for the journey so far. We've passed episode 550 and continuing beyond. And so this is just a reminder to you all that this is a free podcast, but if you'd like to support the project, you can purchase the Reparenting Daily Journal where you can follow us along all year. This 333-page journal gives you extra insight and resources for each week and also provides space for you to keep your notes. Another way to support the podcast is to purchase the Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, volumes 1 through 3. This collection organizes famous and obscure fairy tales from around the world into 3 phases of the hero's journey, from beginning, middle to end. While you may think that fairy tales are for kids, I'd like to challenge you. These stories contain profound truths and lessons carried down over centuries that we can use in our own reparenting journeys. It's a fun way to reconnect with your inner child. Each volume comprises 10 fairy tales. Each volume also contains an analysis section that helps you dive deeper into the message, as well as journal prompts with space for you to keep your notes. Lastly, you can also support this podcast by taking a paid Patreon subscription, by purchasing some of the books that are available on Amazon, or by donating on Buy Me a Coffee. You can find all this information on the Support Us section on the website. Thank you again for your time. And so now with these announcements out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Hey guys, today's reading is an article entitled Setting Intentions for the New Year by Psychology Today. Just as a reminder, we're in December, and the theme is setting intentions and reflecting. Just as a reminder, we are also in the last week of December. Guys, congratulations, the very last week of December. Can you believe it? A full year of reparenting. And we are here the last week, which is December 22nd until the 31st. And the theme for this last year of Reparenting Daily is setting intentions for the new year. As always, you can find the link to the article in the show notes to read it in its entirety. Setting intentions for the new year, tips and exercises to ground yourself. This article was written for 2022 or in 2022, but we can still read it for today. Intentions, unlike resolutions, are more broad and encompass multiple areas of life. Setting intentions helps you discover and build habits you enjoy. Reflecting on your intentions and sharing them with others helps you ground yourself and stick with it. I have always loved the beginning of things, moments you can use to mark fresh possibilities. But I've never been good at setting New Year's and resolutions. I always make them so complicated. Hello, SMART goals. I try to encompass too many areas of my life. I end up with a long list of resolutions, promises I'm making to myself that I never seem to keep. Recently, I've shifted to setting intentions for the new year instead of resolutions. It has made a huge difference in my mindset as I work towards my goals. Intention versus resolution. The main difference between intention and resolution is in their breadth and specificity. While resolutions tend to be singular, things you can check off of your to-do list or track, I'm going to drink more water, or I'm going to spend more quality time with my kids on the weekends. Intentions are more broad. I'm focusing on my health. I'm prioritizing my family, or even health. Intentions can encompass multiple areas of your life rather than zoom in on one piece like resolutions. For example, You may set the intention to be more creative, which you can apply to work, your spirituality, your family, or your relationships. But a resolution to take on a new creative project at work only applies in one setting. Why set intentions? We know that very few people actually keep the resolutions they set for themselves. There are plenty of tip outs there about how to be in the minority of people who succeed, ways to craft your resolution to perfection. But what if the issue is in the idea of resolution itself? What if, more specifically, discipline and accountability isn't the answer? Your goals for this year shouldn't feel like punishment. If you are constantly tracking, reflecting, reprioritizing, adjusting, and strategizing, your resolution that was meant to improve your life is going to begin to feel like tedious work. Setting intentions allows for more ease and play. If your intention is to focus on your health, you might try hiking a more challenging trail, buying yourself a new water bottle, or finding a YouTube video for free yoga. You have more freedom to experiment and find what actually feels good for you, instead of holding yourself accountable to arbitrary weight loss goals, numbers of days per week to exercise, or glasses of water to drink. When you are enjoying something, you're much more likely to stick with it and to create habits that will last for life. Intentions also give us the room to rediscover what really works for us. Maybe you thought maybe through your exploration of focusing on your health, you take a Pilates class or end up loving it so much that you signed up for a class 1 day per week. How to set your intentions. Keeping in mind what makes intentions different from resolutions. If you try to set an intention the way you would set a goal, you're setting yourself up for the same exact struggles. Instead of brainstorming your goals for the year or the things you want to improve about yourself, make 2 lists. Number 1, your top 5 values. And number 2, 5 things you enjoy. Your list might look something like this. Values. Number 1, family. Number 2, health. Number 3, helping others. Number 4, beauty. And number 5, nature. Things I enjoy. Number 1, long bike rides on the trail. Number 2, manis or petties. Number 3, cooking brunch for friends. Number 4, watching YouTube videos on makeup tutorials. And number 5, lazy Sunday mornings. Before we write intentions, consider how these could easily become strict resolutions. I will ride my bike 3 times a week. I will get a mani-pedi once a month. I will cook brunch for my friends every Sunday. I will watch and try 2 new makeup tutorials each month. If you only ride your bike twice, or you skip brunch one Sunday, failure and shame creep in, making it next to impossible to form any kind of new habit or behaviors. That's the trap of resolution. Next, think of ways that these lists might overlap, especially thinking about the ways you haven't made space for these things in the ways you like to. Writing out a few sentences using the present tense as if you're already doing these things. Yours might look something like this. I'm spending time sharing nature with my family. I'm prioritizing my passions for all things beauty. I'm enjoying good food with good people. Or I'm resting. How to use intentions through the year. Write your intentions down somewhere you will see them often. Share them with others or on your social media. It's also important to take time regularly to check in with yourself. Maybe you keep a note on your phone or track of different things that you do to connect with your intentions. Maybe you write in a weekly journal or talk to your therapist. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Hey guys, welcome back. This reading reframes the new year not as a time of rigid resolutions, but as an opportunity to set intentions that reflect how you want to live and feel. Unlike resolutions, which are narrow, measurable, and often punishing, intentions are broad, values-based, and flexible. They create a guiding compass rather than a checklist, allowing you to unfold across multiple areas of life without shame that comes from falling short. Setting intentions works because it's prioritizing enjoyment, curiosity, and self-compassion over discipline and control. Instead of forcing yourself to predefine goals, intentions invite experimentation, discovering what actually supports your health, creativity, relationships, and rest. When something feels good, it naturally becomes sustainable. Intentions encourage habits rooted in pleasure and alignment, not obligation. The practice of identifying core values, and please do be well, you genuinely enjoy helps you bridge who you are with how you live. Intentions are written in the present tense and revised regularly. They become living guides, shaping daily choices in subtle but powerful ways. Rather than enforcing change, intentions gently orient your energy towards a life that feels meaningful and grounded and humane. As we go into the journal prompts for today, number 1, what values do you want your life to express this year, regardless of outcomes or achievements? Number 2, where have past resolutions created pressure or shame instead of growth, and how could intention soften this pattern? And number 3, if you trusted enjoyment as a guide rather than discipline, what might you give yourself permission to explore in the new year? That's it for today, and as always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment.